So the term corporate social responsibility in general can be referred to as a corporate initiative to assess and take responsibility for the company's effect on the environment and impact on social welfare. With nearly two-thirds of India still living in poverty, by today's quality of life standard and the climate situation worsening day by day, the importance of CSR can't be overestimated. Companies should take compliance to CSR more seriously and responsibly. Corporate social responsibility. Does the CSR have a legal backing in India? So in India, the concept of CSR is governed by Clause 135 of the Companies Act 2013. India is the first country in the world to mandate CSR spending along with a framework of identify potentially CSR activities. So like the CSR provisions within the Act is applicable to companies with an annual turnover of 1,000 crore and more or a net worth of 500 crore rupee and more. So it's a net profit of 5 crore and more. The Act requires companies to set up CSR committee and which shall recommend a corporate social responsibility policy to the board of directors and also monitor the same actually from time to time. And if I'm talking about the Act encourages companies to spend 2% of their average net profit in the previous 3 years on CSR activities. So question is, what activities can be undertaken by a company under the CSR? So like specified under Schedule 8th and I think it's a 7 specified under Schedule 7 of the Companies Act 2013. These activities include eradicating extreme hunger and poverty, and promotion of education, gender equality, and empowering a woman, combating HIV/AIDS and other diseases. So it's ensuring environmental sustainability, contribution to the PM National Relief Fund or any other fund set up by the central government. So like it's can be a social economic development and relief. So what is the significance of CSR compliant? Question is this. So corporate social responsibility is increasingly being leveraged to build a positive brand identity for corporation and help their ESG compliance. Like brand image has gained importance as the stakeholders have become aware and involved in social issues. And I think since the onset of the COVID-19 pandemic, the number of India's philanthropic collaboratives has more than doubled, mobilizing an array of funding from foreign and domestic philanthropy. It's a high net worth individuals. So it's like a CSR funders, private capital, etc. It can be. So through these varied streams, the amount of collaboratives funding for improving people's life has increased significantly. As funding levels have risen, so to have innovative financing approaches to drive social impact, including pay for outcome models such as development impact bonding, education, and health, and other blended financial mechanism also. So, what are the issues pertaining to CSR compliance? So, about those issues, finding right partners is one of them. So, despite growing awareness about the significance of CSR compliance, the challenges remain in identifying the right partners and projects. So, as well as in selecting projects that are long-term, impactful, scalable, and are self-sustaining. So, this is the main reason, I think. So, second is a lack of community. If lack of community participation in CSR activities, it can be a lack of interest of the local community in participating and contributing to CSR activities of companies. This is largely attributable to the fact that there exists a little or no knowledge about CSR within the local communities, as no serious effort have been made to spread awareness about corporate social responsibility. The situation is further aggravated by a lack of communication between the company and the community at the grassroots level. And other one is the issues of transparency is one of them. There is an expression by the companies that there exists lack of transparency on the part of the local implementing agencies, as they don't make an adequate effort to disclose information on their programs. Like audit issues, impact assessment, and utilization of funds is there. So this reported lack of transparency negatively impact the process of trust building between companies and local communities, which is a key to the success of any corporate social responsibility initiatives at the local level. So non-availability of a organized NGOs. So there is a non-availability of the well-organized NGO in remote and rural areas that can assess and identify real needs of the community and work along with the companies to ensure successful implementation of corporate social responsibility activities. Here a very big question in front of us, like how can the corporate social responsibility be made more effective? So if I'm talking about the role of companies, so beyond just allocating funds, the companies shall conduct regular reviews on progress of corporate social responsibility compliance and put in place some measures for a more professional approaches toward the same. Also, they should set clear objectives and align all the stakeholders with them. So it is equally important to let their NGOs partner know of their business needs. The latter should know that companies which award money from their corporate social responsibility budgets and are sincere about the causes they pick. So the companies must also refresh the roles of board, corporate social responsibility committee, and CFO and set up a new SOPs including a defined process for fund utilization. And it's determine applicability of impact assessment, prepare a detailed checklist of processes with the owners and timelines, and formulate an annual action plan. In this regard, the role of government must ensure that the activities included in the corporate social responsibility policy of a company are implemented by it. It is also the responsibility of the government to address the issues of non-availability of the NGOs and create awareness in the society about the significance of the corporate social responsibility and its activities also. The government plans to use technology tools such as artificial intelligence and machine learning to do the data and mining of the mandated reports to bring changes to its policy on corporate social responsibility. Leveraging technology to improve the oversight of India is welcome, but this should be applied to the financial and governance aspect of companies before moving on their social obligations. So, question is this. Here we can raise this is a very important question. We can say, what are the suitable areas where corporate social responsibility investment can be diverted to? So, technological innovation, if I'm talking about, the key to a non-linear scale-ups of any project lies in leveraging technology, and solving societal problem is no exception. A policy environment that encourages corporate social responsibility investment in technology, its led solution has made sustainable and scalable solution a reality. So additionally, collaborations with local bodies and the establishment of governance and community engagement structure, it can ensure these projects become self-sustainable in the long run. And in higher education, what about in higher education? Corporate social responsibility can be used to meaningfully support the tertiary education sector in a number of ways. So funds can be channeled into the implementation of socially relevant projects. So it's conceptualized by faculty members or for supporting scientific research that will unravel the answer to key scientific question underlying social problems. Incubators management. So such grants can also be given towards government recognized incubators, setting up a new incubator, supporting existing incubator to hire more people through internship and fellowships. And it can be providing seed funding the startups. The fact of the government in corporate social responsibility policy allow a company to choose to intervene at any point in the end-to-end tech value creation process is a great enabler. So it can be a environment friendly projects creating sustainable construction materials that are affordable and recyclable, developing India centric it's greening options such as a novel heat and power management system, and addressing social technical issues such as if I'm talking about a like flood management system is there. It can be a carrying out in depth risk analytical on a relevant parameters. So projects such as these enable through corporate social responsibility funding and led by higher education institution would accelerate the transition from laboratory to actualization and serve communities in innovative ways. So this was all the discussion was on corporate social responsibilities. Thanks for watching.